Today on Papia's Plates, we're meeting up with the lovely women of Freedom a la carte, a unique culinary concept, cause cuisine. Chef Laura's Latin-inspired flavor comes from her grandma's Argentinian background. But there's more to the story than just her savory sandwiches. Here in the heartland of Ohio, this little cart may be tiny, but it's full of flavor and heart.
The aioli was tangy, the bread was crispy, the onions were good.
It was super awesome, and now there's enough for me to have a snack later too, so it's really great.
I get it every week. I come here once a week just for Freedom a la carte.
So I keep hearing about your signature dish. What do you got for us?
Our signature dish is a signature sandwich. We call it the gaucho.
What's in it? What do we have here?
Well, we've got some really nice braised beef.
It's chimichurri here?
This is chimichurri. This is our very famous Argentine condiment. I'm going to have you cut some lettuce.
All right,
we usually do thin ribbons. So we're going to start with a nice base of our stewed beef, and then we're going to get a little of our chimichurri on it. Well, not a little. We're usually pretty generous with that as well. And then there's nothing more classic than mayonnaise, you know, on a beef sandwich. You're going to put on your lovely lettuce that you chopped for us. And then we just take it and put it on our toast roll, and then that's a gaucho.
The chimichurri just comes out and gets you and it smacks across the face. Where can people find that gaucho sandwich?
A little place called Dine and Hall. It's a food pod we do every week for lunch. And we also do a lot of catering, which people don't know about too.
This place looks pretty small, and for the viewers at home, the camera adds at least 15 square feet. I'm assuming you don't serve out of here?
It's pretty tough. We're very limited on space. I've got extra pots and pans and equipment at my house and a spare room. It's spilling into my front porch.
So how exactly does the food reach the people? I knew there'd be a few stops to make, but I never imagined the rigmarole they'd have to go through every day. First, it's off to Chef Laura's house where she stores the van and prays it starts. Then she drags a cart through the city, hoping a pothole doesn't put the kibosh on the day's events. Great, the cart makes it safely, and we're ready to pull into the parking lot. Nope, no parking. She drives around the block for a good 10 minutes, finding a city parking space because her kitchen is in an alley. Like any operation, chopping, dicing, slicing, and spicing ensues for a good length of time. This is where she really shines. After the prep, everything is packed in coolers and hot transfers. The cart takes another tour through town, and the women start setting up. The cart burner is always a crapshoot, and sometimes the van doesn't play nice with the hookup contraption. But they somehow pull it all together, and they have to go through this every time they serve. We caught up with Freedom a la carte last night at the conservatory, where they managed to pull off a logistical miracle and serve over 300 salivating foodies from all over the country.
I love it. I'm almost done already.
Everything is so good. There's a certain standard that they all hold up to.
I had the food first and I thought it was delicious, and then when I found out about the cause, I was even more excited that I, got to partake in the food and support what you're doing.
And I picked up the sticker and I thought, your purchase fights human trafficking.
I was amazed to find out these women aren't from any culinary training and how they came to be part of Freedom a la carte. In fact, we sat down with one of the co-founders to learn more about their backgrounds and this unique operation.
Freedom a la carte was a workforce development program designed to employ the survivors of human trafficking that we've been working with here in Columbus, Ohio. Freedom a la carte was something that we launched to really help the women gain independence, work and life skills, and really to have a sense of freedom like they've never experienced before.
Julie, Clark, and Doma, they came in, they were like guardian angels. They came in a courtroom and they just swooped us up and they gave us all this love and loved us until we could love ourselves.
It has meant employment for me. It has been love.
Just friendships, having people trust in you.
And watching people say, what is this food? This is awesome. This is a really cool deal. And it fights human trafficking. Are you kidding?
My hope is to still be linked with this because we're going to have a restaurant. Freedom a la carte is going to be a restaurant within the next 2 years. I just feel it.
If we're able to get our own restaurant, we're going to have the opportunity then to have these women, these 8 women we work with, get more hours, have a more steady stream of income so that they can actually make this their career and their jobs. We're able to then also employ more women coming out of human trafficking situations, and then of course get this amazing center, this restaurant that we can use as part of our community gatherings.
What those women do with a tiny kitchen limited space, no office. Sometimes the founders are actually working out of their cars. It's so inspiring. It's truly amazing to see them empowering women, changing lives, and making delicious food. But that tiny little cart simply doesn't cut it. Sometimes they actually have to turn down work, which prevents them from hiring more survivors. So how do we change that? Let's get them a freaking restaurant so they can serve more sandwiches and save more survivors. Let's make that happen.